I am very much a plotter. And I think it comes very much from working in the science field, working with, like I said, with protocols and procedures and rules. Um, uh, when it does spill over to how I, think about stories. And it's very funny because I'm a very strange writer. Most writers love to start with character. I actually begin with setting. Sometimes I see something or place and it just inspires me. And I think about, ooh, what kind of stories would happen in a place like that. And my mind just starts going. And then I start thinking about, oh, a character and what would happen. And yeah, I actually do plan everything out. Just the basic plot. And then I go deeper and do scene by scene plotting as well.
So how detailed are your scene by scene plots?
I try not to get them too detailed because it almost seems like, I feel like I'm writing, the book already, or summarizing the whole thing. I go into too much detail. I try not to. I just tell myself, okay, action. What is the action and what is my character supposed to feel? Or what does she want in this scene? So I try to keep it brief. But I end up writing long pieces for my scene planning, but yeah.
I'm trying very much to embrace a little bit more plotting because
Uh-huh.
I've done just the hippie do as it comes to me, man, just as I feel it kind of writing, and then I end up writing myself into holes and have all kinds of trouble, and the revision is just such a nightmare that I've steadily embraced outlining at least as I go to come up with at least a few steps ahead, like playing a chess game.
Yeah.
I never want to write a full outline because the one time I did it, I never wrote the book. I already had a bang up outline. I knew how it ended. That's fine. Then let's move on to a new story that I don't know the ending of yet. But I love having these conversations because I always say there are as many different ways to write as there are writers. And so for folks that listen to the show, they may hear an author that they really like say, I never plot. It's the worst thing you could do. And then they'll despair and like, why can't I be as good as my favorite author who doesn't do it this way? And then they'll hear you and they'll say, oh, well, if the author of Everlasting Nora plots specifically that I must be doing something right, I'll be okay.
Yeah, plotting is well, it's so nice. You always hear these discussions between pantsers, whether you're a pantser or a plotter. Actually, you can be both. You can be both because at least for me, the way it works, I can plan things out, and I'll sit there and start writing that chapter or writing that scene, and things just start happening that I didn't anticipate. Conversations start happening, or my characters start moving in a different direction, or they do things that are completely unexpected, and I end up revising my outline so many times. After I write that, I go, oh yeah, I need to do that. So I go back and I change something in the previous scene to kind of accommodate this new direction that I'm going in. So I really think that it's a combination of both. At least for me, that's been my experience for sure. um, because there's still discovery, even though you're outlining. There's still a measure, I think, a lot of discovery in writing.
Good. And then when you have that detailed outline, I assume that makes writing that dreaded synopsis a little bit easier later, and also being able to talk exactly about what your book is about.
Synopsis writing is still hard, no matter what.
There is no hope.
Oh yeah, it is really really tough especially once you've completed the book. Just condensing um, everything into a single page. Is tough. Is very tough because you want to be able to say everything.
Of course. That's why you wrote a whole book. If you could have done all of this on a page, you would have done it, right? This is